Looking for a gorgeous yet affordable family bunk model with special accommodations for your fur baby? Then you'll love the 2024 Eddie Bauer 34BS-BH. Okay, sticking with kind of that Eddie Bauer look, that name, that feel, you get the gorgeous Eddie Bauer green cabinets. Folks, I love this. It's like a nice dark green. It's not obnoxious. It's not going to be like a bright green or anything like that. It looks very classy, especially when paired with the champagne bronze pulls. I think it's a great look overall, something that's very unique in the industry, and again, goes along with that Eddie Bauer feel. And we'll see a few of those other elements as we go through this RV. As for the kitchen itself, you will notice that underneath you have great pots and pan storage underneath our sink here. Plus, you get 3 full extension ball bearing drawers with the top one already having your divider built in for your flatware. Definitely a big fan of that. As for the countertop, it is a pressed countertop, which gives you a few big advantages. It is non-porous. It's also going to be lighter than a true solid surface, which, as you know, whenever we're talking about RVs, weights are always a huge deal. You always want to make sure you're towing safely. And on top of that, though, it still allows you to undermount that stainless steel bowl that we have right here. And attached to that, or rather in conjunction with that bowl, is this beautiful faucet. I absolutely love this. Definitely a statement piece. You have the 2 mixed metals, which is becoming a more popular trend these days. You'll see the matte black, again, kind of with that champagne bronze pulling everything in. Another big feature, when we talk about Eddie Bauer, right, it's about the materials that are used, like the faucet, like the beautiful pulls, and like an actual backsplash. This is not a sticker, folks. You have a real backsplash in here, and especially at this price point, I absolutely love to see it. Take a quick look up top, and what you'll notice is that instead of the green, they went with light uppers. And I think it was a pretty smart choice. While the green is beautiful, it's a little bit darker, and we want it to feel bright and open in a smaller space. And granted, I'm 6 foot, and I still have some pretty good head height here, right? You can see that I'm not, feeling closed in, but we still want to make the space feel large, and that's what they did with the lighter cabinets. And you can I'll open that up just to give you an idea of the storage you're working with there. Pretty good size. Microwave, as well as the hood, 3-burner recessed cooktop. Now, where they really differentiate themselves when it comes to the appliances in the kitchen, one of the big ones is this right here, which is you have an actual air fryer. Folks, that is not an oven, that is not a convection oven. It is a true air fryer, which is wonderful. I use my air fryer all the time at home. I'm excited to have one in the RV. I think a lot of people will use this for a lot of their proteins, especially over using like a standard oven. I think that is a great choice. Another thing that really differentiates them with the appliances is the refrigerator. This is a 16 cubic foot fridge freezer combo, and that is unheard of to have in a conventional build travel trailer like this one, especially at this price point. You get a ton of cold storage in here, and I think that this is an excellent option to have. Again, really going along with that Eddie Bauer name of having some of those higher end materials and appliances in an RV. So we take a look at the bathroom here before we head to the back to the bunk room. Again, kind of keeping along with that story, we don't have a plastic toilet, folks. We have a porcelain bowl. We want to make sure that it has that residential look and feel. Big countertop, beautiful matte black single post faucet. Huge fan of this. It looks a lot better, just looks classier. It's still plenty of room to wash your hands in here. Mirrored medicine cabinet up top, as well as storage down below, and neo-angle shower with doors. When I step in here again at 6 foot, even without the skylight, I still have some space. Could probably be 6'1" without having to duck down. With that skylight, if you stand underneath it, you can probably be 6'2" or 6'3" even, and still not have to bend your neck down, which is pretty great. Then as we start to make our way to the back, before we get to the bunk room, I do just want to show you right here some of this extra storage space you have. So great extra storage right there. Your converter is down below. We can hear that humming a little bit. But the cool thing about that one, folks, is that it is Bluetooth capable. So you can actually hook that up to your phone and be able to control your slides and your lights and awnings and everything right from your phone, which is pretty neat. Making our way to the back to the bunk room, we have a slide out here in the bunk room. So fold down bunk right up top, 275 pound weight capacity on that. I'll drop it down real quick just to kind of show you what you're looking at as far as size. So single bunk, right, built for a smaller child. An adult's going to have a pretty rough time up there, even despite the weight capacity. But the fact that that it is 275 pounds is pretty great, especially for being a single bunk. Right down underneath that is the jackknife style sofa. So big advantage of a jackknife, of course, is that you get a lot of storage underneath. Now again, when it folds out, it doesn't fold down into the biggest bed. So as a 6-foot adult, I am gonna have to curl up a little bit. It's probably not gonna be the most comfortable, the night's rest I may have. But for a child, it'll still do just fine. Or again, if it'll work for an adult in a pinch, you're probably just not going to want to sleep there night after night. Another thing you will notice is there is no carpet in the slides. It's all that marine grade woven flooring, which I love. Another big feature about this sofa, real quick though, I want to point out, is the fact that you can make it into kind of theater seating, right? You drop this down, you have armrests, now you're sitting here, the kids are on their PlayStation 5 gaming on that rainy day, because inevitably you're gonna have at least one when you're camping, at least I always seem to. And when that happens, right across here is where they will hook up that entertainment center and TV. You'll see that there is storage right over here as well, plus of course the storage down underneath, whether you want to use that for shoes, clothes, or whatever. And then you have the ladder to climb up into the third and final bunk back here. Again, 275-pound weight capacity on this one as well. You do have the dual ducted AC all the way throughout. It comes with one standard, but there is an option for a second. It is prepped for it. Plenty of lights in here too, especially with the windows. Just brings in a lot of natural light. As we make our way back out kind of into this main living area here, we'll check this out before we head to the bedroom. There's a few things I like about this as well. One, again, you kind of see that Eddie Bauer name that is going to be etched into the cushions here. We'll see that in a couple places. You'll also see it right up on the slide fascia, this nameplate, which I think is really nice. But the cushions themselves are bright and they are clean. I think that really helps with the overall aesthetic, and so as does the light fixture right here. I think kind of bringing all those things together gives it that residential look and feel. The other thing that's very unique that I like is the seating itself. So this is a U-shaped dinette, but if you look underneath, you will see that it is all open. The reason for that is to make it a little bit easier to access those bigger items. We all know, while it's great to have the storage in the dinette, it is a pain to get to most times. And if people are sitting there, they have to move. Well, with here, you don't have to worry about it. Plus, it's aesthetically more pleasing. Now, that's not to say there's not storage, because what you will see right here, it's actually hinged, and there is, let's see if I can lift it up without taking the cushions off completely here just to show you, but there is some additional storage right in the seats. So you kind of have the best of both worlds, right? You have maximum storage underneath, plus that little storage area in case you do want to hide some items away. Then right over to this side is our other sofa. This is the primary sofa here. This, again, is a jackknife. Once again, all that storage underneath for any kind of throw pillows, blankets, whatever else you need. USB port here to plug in tablets. Nice big window to let in that natural light, plus storage up top. And then all that seating, if you need to watch TV, that will be located here. This is on a swing arm mount, so you can kind of bring it out and around like that, just get a little bit better viewing angle. JBL sound system, so nice quality sound system in here for the speakers. And then right down underneath is the fireplace. Now before we move up into the primary bedroom, I do just want to show you right over here. You can see the control panel, so that'll be located there. That's the only thing being a bunk model, I kind of wish it would be mounted up here, and hopefully they're going to change it. I talked to them about it, but very minor thing. Definitely something we can live with. I just have a 3-year-old at home, so coming from my experience, I know what happens when you have glowing buttons. But making our way into the primary bedroom here, you will see the slide-out queen bed. Folks, the thing I love about this is a residential 60 by 80 inch queen bed. You're getting that full-length queen. I think that is a huge feature to have, especially if you're a taller person looking for a travel trailer for tall people. This is a great choice. You have the window kind of at the head of the bed right there, storage all the way across the top. Then at the foot of the bed, you have a little bit of additional storage, nothing crazy, but you do have a few drawers here. And then right up top is the TV connection. And then as we take a look at the nose of the RV right up front, some extra killer features. One of them is the fact you have washer dryer prep in a conventional built travel trailer at this price point. That's basically unheard of. I love that they're making this so it can be basically used for full-time living with that addition. And on top of that, take a look at how much storage you have up here. I mean, just a ton of space for all of your clothes, your wardrobe. You get some extra goodies. You can see a sink top cover as well as your air fryer baskets right there for that air fryer I showed you. And in the very beginning, we talked about how this is pet friendly too, right? Great for the fur babies. Take a look at this. You have storage on one side. On the other, they give you a cute little kennel. And they have this little tray for food and water. Now this can also mount on the outside, so that if you're gone for the day and you just want to leave them in the room, they can come out here and it can just be mounted on the outside. Or if you want to crate them, have them in the kennel, then they have that access too. But either way, that's a pretty cool thing to have built into an RV. All right, and to answer the question of the day, when the slides are in, what can you access? Well, quite a bit, pretty much everything. You can see you have full access to both sides of the refrigerator as well as your freezer down below. Full access to the pantry if you need to pull over and make yourself peanut butter and jelly sandwich. And as we make our way to the back, take a look at this. Hey, they designed it well. You have full access to the bathroom, plus we can sneak into the bedroom. Okay, let's take a look at some of the outside features on the 2024 Eddie Bauer 3HSBH. Right up front of this beautiful bunk model is a power tongue jack, making it a lot easier to connect and disconnect from your tow vehicle. Behind that, of course, your two 20-pound propane tanks with a cover, rails for the battery, and the Volt 12-volt distribution system, which does a much better job of organizing and, well, distributing your 12-volt system. You can also see the diamond etched plating right up front, basically acting as a rock guard, so any rocks or any other road debris to get kicked up by your tow vehicle hopefully won't scratch up your front end. This will help protect it. Speaking of the front end, you have the beautiful smooth aluminum right there on the front. Got Eddie Bauer going across there as well. Great thing about having the smooth aluminum is it's a lot easier to clean than your standard ribbed aluminum, so I like that they have that. Plus, in my opinion, it just looks a lot nicer. Speaking of looking nice, take a look at the graphics package. I think it's absolutely wonderful. You got gorgeous colors in here too, that Eddie Bauer green, black, and kind of like your silver gray. Definitely all flows together very well. And the aluminum siding isn't going to be like as ribbed, I guess, as your standard aluminum, plus it's going to be thicker. So that way, it's just going to be a little bit better if, the kids come up and bump their bike up against it, something like that. It's not going to dent as easy, looks nicer, cleans easier, definitely. Once again, we talk about Eddie Bauer and some of those upgraded materials. The outside exterior here is one of those. We have magnetic catches. If we take a look, again, right up front here, when we were inside, if you recall, this is where your washer dryer prep is. But if you don't want washer dryer, then you have this kind of access from both inside and outside. If you do end up getting a washer dryer, well, you just keep this one locked and you don't have to worry about it. A power awning right up top with an LED light. That, of course, covers your main entry as you would expect. For music, a little bit of entertainment, you will see there's two speakers right down here. I personally like having the speakers mounted lower like this. A lot of manufacturers put them up high, but then the sound is just blasting out like over across, the RVs to the neighbors. They don't want to listen to my music, and I probably don't want to listen to theirs. So I like having it right here so that I don't have to have it as loud, and then the sound is coming right at me. The main entry has your MORryde step above step system, excellent steps, perfect for your fur babies, a lot easier for them to get up and down. That first tread is a little bit wider. All the treads are aluminum, so they're not going to rust out. They have the grip tape on there. This bad boy just flips right up into the door, super simple and easy to use. In this version, I'm going to call it the MORryde 2.0 or step above 2.0, whatever you want to call it. Instead of using pins, now adjust nice and easily. You just have a little lever you can push in, and then you can slide the legs in and out. Super simple and easy to adjust. Foldable grab handle, so you can easily just have that control when entering the RV, and you have the window in the door there as well to let in some natural light. Now, if music isn't quite your thing, maybe you're just feeling like watching a show out here, maybe a little bit later at night, you want to have movie night outside with the kiddos, pop some popcorn, great. You have outside TV hookup, you can make that happen. And then as we mosey on back to the back, a couple things I want to show you back here. Is that unlocked? No, I just locked it. Silly me. Real quick, before we get into the outside kitchen, I do just want to point out power stabilizer jacks. You have one control in the back for the rear two, another one in the front for the front two. And then as I open this up, take a look at that kitchen. Man, oh man. All sorts of storage right up top here. Open that up for you. You have big countertop. Now bear in mind, I'm 6 foot tall. It is a little high, right? I mean, the trailer sits up high, and so there's just no good way to like really lower a kitchen. I've seen them where they try to pull them down. It's wonky, doesn't work well. So you just know that you have a little bit higher countertop. If you're a shorter person, you may need a step stool if you plan on operating out here. But for me, this is honestly going to be just fine. Just kind of belly up to the bar, just kind of hang out like this. But it works. I also like the fact it's a metal top, nice and easy cleanup, especially being outside. Additional storage here with the drawer, electrical outlet, and again, that one is pre-wired with that inverter. So if you do get the inverter, that one will run essentially off your batteries. You get the larger outdoor fridge, big fan of that as well. As I always mention, I love having an outdoor fridge. It never goes to waste. And underneath is a griddle, so you can pull that out, nice flat top. If you have a bigger griddle that you want, you have like a Razor or a Blackstone, or you have your favorite Coleman grill, whatever it may be, you can still hook it up to the propane quick connect. It's there, so that you can use this, but you can obviously use it for whatever you want. Coming around to the back, couple quick things. Square tubular bumper there, so you have a spot in which you can store your sewer hose. Mounted to that is the spare tire, so it's easy to access. Fully enclosed, insulated, and heated underbelly. That's definitely something that you want to know. That way, hopefully, it keeps a lot of the road grime out, keeps things a little bit toastier. If we take a look up top, you have a couple different preps here. We have, let's see, we'll start with the ladder prep right over to the side, so you can get the Lippert telescoping ladder. That way you can climb up onto the fully walkable roof. So you do have a fully walkable roof up there. So if you want to get up there for maintenance or just, hang out up there and look at the stars, you can do that. Plus you have backup camera prep. Also, as far as construction, I don't remember if I mentioned it on the inside, but this one does have tongue and groove flooring, so kind of that residential flooring in here as well. And then for water hookups, you'll see those right over to the side. You have spray port for some outside water access on this side. Of course, your water inlet, satellite, and cable, plus your 50 amp power cord will plug in right there. I know what you're thinking, Ian, man, there's so much stuff we have to be done. Not quite. As we come right up here, we'll open this up and take a look at that. You have additional storage. So this is going to be kind of underneath that slide out bed. In the front, if you recall, you had storage up there, plus the kennel, and then right back here, you get all this storage. So just excellent exterior storage here on this Eddie Bauer. For a great bunk model that is beautiful, has plenty of storage inside and out, then the 2024 34 BSBH is exactly what you're looking for.